Welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. I am Coach Julia, and today we are going to be fulfilling a special request. Today we're going to do two different versions of a high kick that you can put into your program. Now these are solo high kicks. In the future I'll do some kicks that you can do with a team if you want to do a little lineup of skaters doing kicks. But today's are going to be two different kicks that you can add to your choreographic sequences as a solo skater. Now the first thing you're going to want to do is head over to the wall and stretch. So I have a little sequence I like to do on the wall. So I'll stretch out off the ice ahead of time and then come onto the ice and use the wall to help me stretch. So we're going to go through that. The first thing I'm going to do is face the wall. So I have my hips facing the wall, and I'm going to put my leg up on the wall with my toe to the ceiling. You do not want that toe facing inwards. You want to get that toe straight up to the ceiling, hips facing the wall. This is going to stretch you out on the underside of your leg. Now you can start there if that's a good stretch and you're already feeling that tension. Great. Otherwise, we're going to use our upper body and we're going to lean towards that leg. You can go over the top or you can go facing. Both of those are great stretches, right? So you can go crisscross, you can go over the top, or you can just face and lay towards that leg. All right, so you want to go through something with your leg up on the wall and stretching towards your leg. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is slide that foot out. I usually have to hang on to the wall for this one. I'm going to slide it out as far as I can go. So I'm going into a little bit of a split here on the wall, using the wall to kind of lean on it. And that gives me a stretch on both legs at the same time. The next thing I'm going to do is actually turn away from my leg. All right, so now I'm in more like a spiral position. So you want to try to keep your upper body up very tall, your back engaged, and you're more in a spiral position. Some people like to bend their leg to deepen the stretch, and that's fine as well. Or even drop down if you're going to work on things like illusions or charlottes. So you want to face away from that leg, okay? So those are my three different little stretches that I like to do on the wall. So now that we've stretched, we can actually start practicing the fan kick positions here with the wall as some support. So we're going to do two different fan kicks. The first one I'm going to teach you is moving from backwards. So you're actually going to be traveling backwards kind of in a circle to do this fan kick. I'm going to do it with my left leg. That's just my personal preference. It can be done with either leg, and it's not a specific right or left-handed maneuver. I am right-handed and I happen to like to do it with my left leg, but you know, play around with what works for you. Okay, so what we're gonna do is imagine we're traveling backwards. So I have my right hip against the wall, my right hand on the wall for support. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my left leg and do a fan. Okay, so it's not going to be a specific kick forward, side, back, it's a fan. So it's going to work like this. So you want to create a circular motion. So if I can do it slowly, it lifts up in the front, moves to the side, and then drops behind you. Okay, so you're making a circle. A little bit you can let your body go with it, but you don't want to let your leg whip you around too much. So you can stand here, hold on to that wall for some balance, and I want you to put your hand out and try to kick your hand. So you're going to go, okay, front, side, back, front, side, back. And every time, try to make contact with your leg. Okay, and as you get better at it, you can move that hand up and try to get your leg even higher. But you want a circular motion, forward, side, back with your leg for this first fan kick. So this one, as I said, we're going to start with going backwards. Now this is a fan kick that's beautiful on its own, or you can do it into another element. I love doing it into a backward pivot, but we're going to start with it just by itself. I'm going to go counterclockwise, so my left leg is going to cross over my right. It's going to give me a little bit of momentum, okay? When I'm ready, I'm going to scrunch down my legs almost as if I was going to go into a bad loop. Okay, so my left leg is bent and in front of my right leg, and most of my weight is over that right leg, okay? This is just giving me something to spring off of, okay? So, left hand in front, I'm gonna crunch down so I can spring off, and at the same time, my leg and my hand are gonna make a big rainbow, okay? So you're going down, and then you're gonna go kick. All right, you want that hand and leg to move together. Somehow moving my hand always makes me feel like I can move my leg better. So you're low, facing, forward or facing the same direction as your toes. And you're going to fan kick and turn so that now you're facing the other direction. You're gliding forward. So you're gliding backwards, scrunch, fan kick, turn. Now you can step forwards. Okay, it's a simple motion. You really need to keep yourself strong over your right leg so that you don't throw yourself off or kick yourself over. Okay, so keep that right side strong under you. And we can start with a little tiny one and work our way up. All right, so we're gonna go down, little kick, step. Okay, let's try that again. Scrunch, little kick, step. Okay, once you get used to that motion and the little kick, you can make it as big of a kick as your flexibility will allow. All right, so you want to go all out, throw that toe to the ceiling and throw. All right, let's try that again. Scrunch down, throw that toe. All right, so you want to think about getting your toe pick as high as you possibly can. Throw that toe pick up towards the ceiling. All right, you got to have your core engaged, your back strong so you don't knock yourself completely over, but have some fun seeing how big of a fan you can create with your kick. Now, once you can do that fan kick at all, even if it's a little fan kick, we can add some other movement into it. Like I said, my favorite thing to do after is a big back outside edge pivot. Okay, so you just bring that leg around and stick that toe pick in the ice. So we have our fan kick, and then your leg moves behind you and you drop it into the ice. All right, so for your hand, you're going to make your circle and then hold it out strong the way you're going to for your pivot. And your body doesn't move all the way forwards the way you're going to step. It stops when it's facing the outside, okay? So you go fan kick, stop your motion facing the outside, bring that leg around and drop onto that toe pick. Fan kick, face the outside, drop your toe down, and then you're going to transfer your weight from your right leg, which you're skating on, to your left toe pick, which you're pivoting on. So for our next kick, we are going to be doing a kick spin. All right, so you're literally doing a big fan kick into a spin. Usually a 1 foot spin, at least that's what we're going to start with, but you can try it into whatever spin you feel comfortable doing. So let's practice that on the wall first. For this next fan kick, we're actually going to do it going forward, and I'm going to use the other leg. I'm going to use my right leg. Now there is a specific reason for this. I'm going to do this into a spin, into a 1 foot spin. And so since I personally spin on my left leg when I'm going forwards, the kick needs to happen with my right leg, okay? So if you are a clockwise spinner, you're going to kick with your left. If you're a counterclockwise spinner like myself, you're going to kick with your right. So what we are going to do is I'm imagining I'm going into my spin on my left leg. I'm going to put my right hand up and I'm literally just going to try to kick my hand, okay? So you can put it as high as you can. The more flexible, the better. But you're going to just practice putting your hand out and making not your toe pick, but your boot make contact with your hand. Now you don't have to do the hand contact in the spin, but we want to do it to give ourselves a little goal. Kick and down, kick and down, kick and down, kick and down. Okay, so you're gonna practice that, then we'll head out and try that spin. All right, so we are gonna get into this kick spin. So we're gonna wind up, step forward just like a 1 foot spin, and then just before you spin, so before the 3 turn happens in your spin, you're gonna kick your right leg up as high as you can. We're gonna try it little at first. Okay, so we wind up, step forward. Before you spin, you're gonna kick, and then you're gonna pull into that spin. So it happens on the entrance, but on the second half of the entrance, on your hook, where normally we bend down to create our hook and stand up. During that bend down, we're gonna kick. We're gonna do the opposite motion. So we're gonna step, kick, and then pull in. Now, if you need to do it into a 2-foot glide, 2-foot spin at first, that's fine. It is a little bit, it can throw you off pretty hard. So you can do it, kick, 2-foot spin to start with, just to get the motion, the timing of it down. So again, you don't want it at the very beginning. You want to get your glide and then do your kick and then pull in, okay? And you're not doing it in the spin, right? So if we think about that heart shape of our entrance, you're doing it right on that curve at the top of your heart shape, okay? So left hand in front, step in, kick towards your right hand, and then pull in. So a few common things that people find they have difficulty with when doing this is their weight gets thrown off and they travel, they go on their toe pick, they look like a crab because they're bending their knees. So let's go over a couple of those things. Yes, you don't want to bend your knees. So if you are trying to get your legs so high that your knee's bending, just start lower, okay? You need to have that straight leg in order to have the cool effect of the kick, okay? Unless you're playing a pirate in a your program, you want your legs straight. Okay, so that is just a visual thing. Throwing your weight off is a physics thing. So when you do it, you have to make sure you are still maintaining that strong core and your shoulder is still staying over your skating leg. If you kick and you let your shoulders drop, or if you kick and you let your hips go out, both of those are going to send you off in your spin and you're not going to be able to control it. Okay, so if you spin or you kick and your butt goes out or your hips go out, it's going to completely throw off the alignment of your spin and you're going to start traveling. Or if you kick and your shoulders go off, that's actually dangerous. You can knock yourself over, but it also is going to make you travel. So as you go in, you want to think about almost doing like a tiny crunch. Okay, so you want to keep your hips under you and contract your core. Boom, just as you kick, crunch, so that you're slightly forward, and that helps you keep from throwing your weight backwards into the spin. Okay, so we have our wind up, left hand in front, strong core, tiny little crunch, and then into your kick spin. All right, skaters, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Those fan kicks are really fun and a great creative element that you can add to your programs. Make sure you stretch beforehand, but I can't wait to see all your fan kicks on Instagram. Make sure you tag me at Skating Coach Julia so that I can check out your amazing fan kicks. If you enjoyed this video, please do give us that thumbs up. And as always, I look forward to reading all your comments in the section down below. If you haven't done so yet, then hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell down in the corner so you can see all my videos when they come out. Happy skating, and I'll see you next time.